In this video, we're going to talk about lifting and lowering needles. There are lots of different reasons why you might need to lift a needle. So as a general matter, it's very simple. You just lift it straight up. Don't lift too roughly, or you can actually pull the band completely off of the cylinder, which is not what you want. If you need to lift a number of needles, you can either use your crescent tool, or again, you can just go by hand all the way around the circle. And then the great thing with the 2.0 machine is that if you need to push needles down, it's very easy. There's no more tucking in latches. One trick though is you don't want to push down much farther than this. Here you can see this is a completely in-work needle with that's just at its regular resting height sitting on the track. These are the ones I just pushed down. This is about the height where you want to push them so that the latches are still open. Otherwise, you'll have issues. If you push them all the way closed, I'll do that one, you can see that the needle pops out and it can easily close when it comes to the yarn feeder. So you just push them down a bit, making sure all of your latches are still open. Then as I turn the cylinder, it just naturally puts those needles back into work. You didn't have to tuck the latches anymore, which is great. One thing to know is you can't generally raise or lower needles when they're in the cam system, which is generally this area right where the yarn feeder is. It's a smaller area than before. Before on our 1.0 machine, it was about half the machine. So it's a much smaller area now, but you can't raise or lower needles there. So let's say that you needed to raise a needle right in this area. You'd have to first turn the cylinder around until it was out of that cam area, and then you'd be able to lift or lower. Also, if you need to have a number of needles raised, let's say because you're going to be turning heels or toes, going back and forth, you want to be a little careful as you come back around just to make sure those needles aren't getting caught in the yarn feeder. Usually it's fine as long as you have yarn on the needles, it's no problem at all. Let's say you need to remove a needle completely, maybe because you're going to knit mock rib and you want to remove every fourth needle. You'd start in that case by moving the stitch over to its neighbor. And then to remove this needle, you lift it up and pull it forward, and then you can lift it straight out. If later you need to put it back, you can just reverse the process. Use your finger to pull the neighbor needle forward, put the needle back in, tip it back, and push it down. You might also be interested in the video on reversing directions, such as for knitting heels and toes. Happy cranking! Visit us at deanandbean.com and please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.